The agency module, a biblical doctrinal study. In this doctrinal study, we explore a profound mystery long embedded within the sacred text, the mystery of divine agency. The agency module is not a creed of metaphysical division. It is a revelation of divine order. It teaches that the one God, known as the Father or the Lord of Spirits, executes his will through chosen representatives, both celestial and human, without dividing his being. In this study, we will travel through creation, covenant, priesthood, prophecy, and revelation. From Adam to Enoch, from Melchizedek to the Son of Man, from the angel of the Lord to the apostles themselves, we will uncover how divine purpose operates through appointed agents of authority. Introduction: the principle of divine agency. From the very beginning, Scripture presents not randomness, but pattern, an ordered revelation. In Genesis, God speaks, and his word brings forth light, life, and dominion. Man is created in his image and after his likeness. This is the first instance of agency, the divine image made visible, capable of reflecting the Creator's will upon the earth. In the book of Enoch, this same principle continues, where heavenly beings are described as agents of the Most High, each fulfilling a divine function under a single sovereignty. The agency module reveals that creation itself is structured on delegation. God as principle, his word as agent, and his spirit as the power by which agency is performed. Through this, monotheism remains unbroken, yet divine activity fills the heavens and the earth. Chapter 1: Human Agency and Delegated Dominion. In the beginning, God made the heaven and the earth. He breathed into the man the breath of life, and man became a living soul. This breath is the transfer of divine agency, the power to act, to speak, and to govern on behalf of the Creator. To rule is not to replace God, but to extend his order. When humanity was told to increase and multiply and subdue the earth, the command was not biological only. It was functional, a charge to extend the divine kingdom through stewardship. Thus, the agency module begins where life begins, in God's delegation of authority. Humanity was designed as a vessel of divine representation, the living image through which the unseen God would act. Chapter 2: Melchizedek, King and Priest. When Abram returned from battle, there came forth Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High God. He brought bread and wine. He blessed Abram and said, "Blessed be Abram of the Most High, possessor of heaven and earth." Here, the pattern deepens. Melchizedek stands between heaven and man, a royal priest, a mediator whose words carry divine authority. His dual role as king and priest mirrors the dominion once given to Adam and points toward the everlasting priesthood of divine agency. In his blessing and in the offering of bread and wine, he acts as agent, channeling heavenly authority into covenantal action. This is not autonomy, but perfect representation. Melchizedek becomes the living picture of divine agency, a man through whom God speaks peace, provision, and order into the world. Chapter 3: The Son of Man in Enoch. In the book of Enoch, a radiant figure appears beside the Ancient of Days. He is called the Son of Man. His face shines like the appearance of a man, and yet he is exalted above the heavens. To him is given judgment, wisdom, and glory. He reveals the knowledge of the Most High to the righteous. He is distinct from the Lord of Spirits, yet inseparably united in purpose. He executes judgment, not as an equal God, but as the delegated judge, the perfect agent of divine justice. Thus, the Son of Man of Enoch is not a philosophical second person, but the appointed mediator of divine dominion. His authority flows from the Father. His mission fulfills the Father's will. Through him, the heavens proclaim divine order, and through him, mankind glimpses the image restored. Chapter 4: Bar Inash, the lexical revelation. The term Bar Inash, Son of Man, in the Aramaic tongue, means literally the son or offspring of humanity. Bar, signifies lineage or derivation. Enash means man, mortal, or humanity itself. Thus, Bar Enash declares a being who embodies human nature, yet operates as a chosen vessel of divine authority. In the Book of Enoch, this Bar Enash is commissioned to reveal wisdom and execute judgment. The phrase unites two worlds, humanity's frailty and divinity's power. It is the language of agency, God acting through the human image. To see the Son of Man, therefore, is to see the Father's will enacted in visible form. This is representation, not identity of substance. The Son of Man is the delegated image of the unseen God. Chapter 5. The Angel of the Lord. When Moses beheld the burning bush, the text declares, "The angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire." Yet this angel speaks as God himself. "I am the God of thy father, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob." Here again we find the mystery of agency, the visible messenger bearing the invisible name. He is distinct, yet divine in function. He leads Israel, delivers them, and commands their obedience. In him, the very name of God resides. This angel of the Lord foreshadows the supreme agent, who carries the full authority of the Father. Just as the bush burned but was not consumed, so divine presence fills the agent without destroying individuality. It is divine fire contained within willing obedience. Chapter 6. The Shaliach Doctrine. In ancient Hebraic law, there is a saying, "A man Shaliach is as the man himself." The word Shaliach means emissary, one who is sent. It describes a legal principle of representation. When an agent speaks, the sender's authority is present in that speech. When the agent acts, the principle is acting through him. This simple yet profound truth undergirds the entire theology of the agency module. The Hebrew Shaliach became the Greek apostolos, the apostle, one sent forth. Both terms express a singular reality, functional unity without ontological division. Thus, when Jesus said, "He who sees me sees him who sent me," he spoke the language of agency, not of metaphysical identity. The agent is not the sender's being, but the sender's presence and purpose embodied. Chapter 7. Apostles as Shaliach equivalents. The apostles carried this principle forward. They were sent in his name, empowered by his Spirit, and commanded to teach all nations. They were not divine, yet they bore divine authority. Their words were binding because they acted as agents of the risen Son, who himself was the perfect agent of the Father. In this cascading chain of delegation, divine authority flows outward while divine unity remains unbroken. From Father to Son, from Son to Spirit, from Spirit to chosen vessels, the covenant order of representation continues. This is not hierarchy of value, but hierarchy of function. Each act of sending preserves the oneness of God while extending his dominion across creation. Chapter 8. Comparison to Trinitarianism. Here, the agency module parts ways with later theology. The Trinitarian model, shaped in Hellenistic categories of substance and essence, speaks of three persons in one being. But the Scripture does not describe God in terms of shared essence. It describes him in terms of functional unity, the one God working through his appointed agents. The agency module is therefore Hebraic, not Hellenistic. It is rooted in law, covenant, and representation, not metaphysics. The Father is the sole sovereign, the principal. The Son is the supreme agent, the visible image of the invisible God. The Spirit is the power of execution, not a third consciousness, but the breath that empowers agency. Thus, the entire divine operation is one continuous chain of purpose, from the unseen source, through the sent image, into the living world. As the Son declares, "I can do nothing of myself, but what I see the Father do." The Father commands, the Son performs, the Spirit empowers. Unity is preserved, and divine order is maintained. Chapter 9. Thematic harmony across Scripture. From Eden to Revelation, One golden thread runs through the sacred text. God will manifest through his agents. When he speaks through a prophet, that prophet becomes his mouth. When he sends an angel, that angel bears his name. When he appoints a priest or king, that figure stands as his representative. The covenantal order, the prophetic succession, and the Melchizedekian priesthood are all expressions of this single principle: mediated authority under divine monarchy. The agency module, therefore, is not new theology, it is rediscovered order. It is the operating system of divine governance, the heartbeat of representational monotheism. Conclusion: the return of divine order. At the end of all things, the Son will deliver the kingdom back to the Father, that God may be all in all. Agency will have completed its purpose. Every mediator, every prophet, every priest, every delegated office will converge in perfect obedience before the throne of the one God. Then the cycle of agency, creation, dominion, redemption will reach fulfillment. The earth will again mirror heaven. The breath of life will return to its source. And the words spoken from the beginning, "Let there be light," will shine without mediation, for the divine order will be complete. This has been the Agency Module, a biblical doctrinal study, a journey through the hidden symmetry of Scripture, revealing how divine power moves through appointed agents to accomplish the will of the Most High. May all who hear this message understand: the unity of God is not diminished by his many voices, but magnified through his chosen vessels. For through them, the invisible becomes visible, and the eternal speaks into time.